Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. Students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic economy and business and acquisitions and mergers for June month. It will be quite an important session for you all, so stay tuned with us till the end. Let's start. The first question is, Hindustan Unilever Limited inaugurated their third global Unilever fragrance hub in June. Where is this new fragrance R&D center located? Location is being asked here. So it is at IIT Bombay. Important students, take a note. This newly launched center was developed a part of Hindustan Unilever's Limited 10 million euro investment program that will advance in-house digitally enabled fragrances creation capabilities. Next, name the AI designed quantum computing chip unveiled by Microsoft Corporation in June during Microsoft Build 2026 utilizing their Microsoft Discovery Agentic AI platform. The name of the chip is Majorana 2. Next, in June, Andhra Pradesh, they have won the 2026 Food Planet Prize for their work in promoting farming practices that reduce dependence on synthetic inputs and support climate resilient agriculture. So it is Andhra Pradesh that has won the 2026 Food Planet Prize. Next, our country India has slipped to which position in the global market capitalization ranking, overtaken by South Korea. So we slipped to the 7th position in these ranking, right? Where USA, they are on the first position in the global market capitalization with $79.1 trillion market cap. It is followed by China on the second position, then is Japan, then Hong Kong, right? And then we are now at the 7th position. Take a note of this. Next, according to State Bank of India Research EcoRap report released in June 26, our India's GDP growth forecast for FY26 FY26 was how much? It was 7.7%. Next, mention the Indian company in June that secured a 10-year marine service contract worth $70 million for Argentina's first LNG export project. So, which is that company? It is Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone. Next, name the company that partnered with Reliance Industries Limited in June to develop a 168 megawatt AI-enabled data center in Jamnagar, Gujarat, powered entirely by renewable energy. So it is Meta Platforms Incorporation, right? Earlier known as Facebook. So they have partnered with Reliance Industries Limited and they will be setting up this 168 megawatt data center where in Jamnagar. Next, SpaceX, they have raised a record-breaking IPO, right? And their IPO offering is being asked here, said that at what value the IPO was launched, correct? What was the value of this IPO? It was $75 billion. And with this, Elon Musk, he became the first trillionaire in the world, right? In the history of humankind, he became the first trillionaire. Next, in June, India's SR Group and Abu Dhabi-based International Resource Holding, they have announced the execution of a crude oil sourcing and product supply facility agreement between SR Energy Transition Fuels and IRH Global Trading. What is the value of this facility? This facility is worth $500 million. Next, Goldman Sachs, that is an American financial service firm, they revised India's GDP growth forecast for calendar year 26. What is the updated growth projection here? So the growth projection here is 6.8%. Students, these were your important economy and business. Now let's move to acquisitions and mergers. So students, let's start with acquisitions and mergers. Ministry of Corporate Affairs has approved the incorporation of Mahindra Manulife Insurance Limited. The life insurance is a joint venture between Mahindra Group India and Manulife Financial Corporation. Question asked is, what is the ownership structure here? So this joint venture is of what percentage, what both the company having what percent? So this is a 50-50 joint venture. Next, identify the Indian port operator in which GQG partners sold 1.85% stake to Fidelity International Limited for 1,906 crore rupees in the June month. This is GMR Airport Limited. They sold 1.85% stake to Fidelity International Limited, and the amount for which they sold is 1,906 crore rupees. Next is identify the investment firm that sold 3.25% stake in Lenskart for 2,873 crore rupees. It is SoftBank Group. They sold this amount. Then name the bank in which Oman India Joint Investment Fund 2, they sold 3.65% stake for nearly 37 crore rupees. So this is Capital Small Finance Bank. This is the bank in which Oman India Joint Investment Fund 2 sold their 3.65% stake. Next, the Competition Commission of India CCI has approved Sanlam Emerging Market of Mauritius SEMM Limited to acquire their acquisition of a 2.8% additional stake in Shriram Life Insurance Company. So in them 2.8% is being acquired by SEMM. Next, Abu Dhabi Investment Authority Arm Platinum Jasmine A 2018 Trust announced the plans to sell their 2.3% stake in which Indian company through a block deal valued approximately 1,944 crore rupees. So, identify that company. It is Lenskart Solutions Limited. We just saw above. Next, the public sector entity which public sector entity will emerge as a unified power financing institution through the merger of REC Limited, right, as approved by the Draupadi Murmu ma'am. So which public sector entity will merge as a unified power financing institution? It is Power Finance Corporation Limited. So we can say Power Finance Corporation Limited and REC, they are being merged together. Next is in June, CCI approved the acquisition of PGIM India Asset Management Private Limited and PGIM India Trustees Private Limited by which group? It was by TVS Group. So these were your important current affairs, students. Now let's move to revision part. Next, which of the following is not among the 4 premium credit card variants launched by Karur Vysya Bank Limited on the Visa platform in May month? So which of the following is not among the 4 premium credit cards? Right option, Zenith Visa Platinum. Next, identify the bank powering the BharatPay Flex credit card on UPI solutions launched by BharatPay in June, which allow eligible customers to make daily UPI payments using a pre-approved credit line. So, identify that bank. The bank that we are discussing here is which one? It is among the following, if we see, Yes Bank Limited. Next, name the country where India's UPI was enabled for payments via Khmer Quick Response Network in June through the partnership of NPCI International Payment Limited. This is the international arm of NPCI and Ekleda Bank. So we can say this Ekleda Bank is of which country? It is of Cambodia, and we will be seeing this KHQR based payments with this QR code based payments in Cambodia. That is UPI payments will be enabled in Cambodia also now, right? Next, name the bank that partnered with Asian Development Bank in June that will strengthen the supply chain finance in India through USA and Indian rupee. That means from dollar and Indian rupee, the supply chain financing will be strengthened. It is Standard Chartered Bank. Next, identify the global development institution that along with Siemens and Futon committed $105 million in June to Hygenco Green Energies Private Limited to accelerate green hydrogen projects in India. So, identify that global development institution which we are talking about. It is IFC, International Finance Corporation, right? It is the World Bank Group company or organization, right? They have committed $50 million, right? That includes a $25 million from their own account while managing 2 blended finance facilities to de-risk the platform and attract private investment. Next, name the public sector bank that was penalized a 41.8 lakh rupees by RBI in June for lapses in KYC compliance and account classification under the Banking Regulation Act of 1949. Right option, Canara Bank. Then identify that organization that was recognized by RBI in June as a self-regulatory organization for Indian account aggregator ecosystem. So identify that organization. Which organization are we talking about? It is Sehmati Foundation. Then identify the company that received NPCI certification in June as a biller operating unit under the Bharat Bill Payment Systems operated by NPCI Bharat Bill Payment Limited. So identify that company. It is Viona Fintech India Private Limited. Next, identify the company that received the final Securities and Exchange Board of India approval, that is SEBI approval, in June to commence mutual fund operations. So recently, which organization was granted this SEBI approval to operate as a mutual fund business? Nuvama Wealth Management Limited. Next, name the cooperative bank on which RBI imposed a strict restrictions on a period of for 6 months starting from 12th of June. It is Mogavira Cooperative Bank Limited. On them 6 months of restrictions was imposed by RBI. Next, identify the state where RBI has launched RBI Reelathon, a statewide cyber fraud awareness campaign across approximately 150 colleges. So identify that state. It is Kerala. The new name, Keralam. Right? The initiative was inaugurated at the RBI office at the Trivandrum, Kerala. And the phase targets students vulnerable to cyber frauds and is implemented through a 3-phase program comprising awareness sessions on financial literacy and safe digital practices. Next, choose the term deposit scheme launched by Bank of Baroda in June with a 555-day tenure offering interest rates up to 7.4% per annum. Next, name the private sector bank that partnered with the Northern Arc Capital in June to expand credit access and digital lending across India. So name that private sector bank. It is Yes Bank. Next, in June, Dash expanded their portfolio by introducing 11 new sector-specific indices, expanding their total to 34. Right option, National Stock Exchange Indices Limited. Next, under the revised RBI norms for Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme 5.0 loans in June, what percentage of the guaranteed portion will attract a zero risk weight for banks? So 75% of the guaranteed portion will attract a zero risk weight for banks. Then how much financing package was signed by the Asian Development Bank with Schoolnet India Limited in June to expand digital learning infrastructure in government schools across India? So how much financing? It is $10 million financing package was announced. Then next, where will Axis Bank and BTS Industry Research Technology and Innovation Park will be established under the agreement signed between the BITS Pilani and Axis Bank Limited in June? So this will be set up in Hyderabad, Telangana. Right students, where it will be? It will be in Hyderabad, Telangana. And this project is backed by 100 crore rupees corporate social responsibility grant from Axis Bank. Next, which of the following is the name of India's first Satvik Index launched by Bombay Stock Exchange Index Services Private Limited in June to promote ethical based investing? It is BSE Satvik 100. Next, who has been appointed as the chairperson of the Working Group on Artificial Intelligence constituted by IRDAI in June to guide AI adoption in the insurance sector? Right option, Professor Sandeep K. Shukla. Next, what is the annual interest rate offered under the foreign currency non-resident max deposit scheme launched by the Federal Bank in June for US denominated deposits? It is 6.25% that is offered to them. Right, where the tenures range from 3 to 5 years, right, and these are your US denominated deposits. The scheme aims to provide NRIs with a secure high yield foreign currency deposits in dollar. Then Zerodha Fund House, that is India's first passive only direct only asset management company, has launched India's first life cycle target based mutual fund, namely Zerodha Life Cycle Fund 2036, and Zerodha Life Cycle Fund 2041. So here the maturity is for 10 years and 15 years, that is 2036 and 2041. Next, identify the correct payment network for eco-friendly co-branded twin credit card launched in June by Punjab National Bank in partnership with Zegal Prepared Ocean Service Limited. So identify the correct payment network here. It is Visa and Visa and Rupee. Right? Not option A, but option 5. Next, identify the amount approved by the World Bank in June to support India's structural reforms under the Private Sector Development Policy Financing Program aimed at boosting private sector-led job creation and economic growth. It is $1.5 billion. Next, find the name of AI-powered grievance redressal platform launched by PFRDA in June 26 for pension scheme subscribers. So find the name of that AI-powered grievance redressal platform. It is Pension Sahayak Portal. This platform, it consolidates various pension service channels into a single digital system, and the portal will be available in 22 Indian languages with the integration of Bhashini platform. Next, name the type of metal derivatives that are being promoted under the MOU signed between National Stock Exchange of India Limited and Bharat Metal Exchange in June 26 that will strengthen India's derivative markets. So, name that type of metal derivative. What it is this? It is non-ferrous metals. Right? What are these non-ferrous metals? They focus such as copper, aluminium, zinc, lead, nickel. They play a crucial role in India's industrial and manufacturing sector.